What's going on? What's going on? Kings of the Ring podcast being powered by Digital Bricks Network. I am your host, Khalil, aka the current hardcore champion. Right here to my right is Willie Joe.
Yes, sir, aka the Undermaker, aka Willie Gunn.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Today, I want to thank Angel for being with us on production side. It's always amazing to have you here. And today, on a very special episode of Kings of the Ring, only special because of what happened, not anything significant. This is episode 7, and a lot has happened over the past week in wrestling across a whole bunch of companies, especially something very significant that I'd like to talk about when it gets to like a little indent. But yeah. Also, we had a little bit of a format change. I don't know if you'll notice this, but we think it'll be a little bit more organized. So we hope you like it. So, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Let's move into highlights first.
Okay.
Let's start with WWE. And again, I'll be kind of like just covering WWE highlights as a whole. First off, I want to mention we got a returning Randy Orton. We haven't seen him since he had his match with John Cena over the last time it's now tournament. Well, not the last time it's now tournament. During his match, that was ever so graciously interrupted by R-Truth. But he's back. He's looking around the same, still looking like huge Randy Orton. And he came out after The Miz was complaining and gave him an RKO, helped him up to his feet, and then gave him another RKO.
Definitely good to see Randy Orton again. Hate seeing Miz.
You keep hating on The Miz. That's
I like
crazy.
how they planted the seed, though, for him and Cody. Hopefully we get that Royal Rumble. I think that's a great Royal Rumble main event.
It could be, definitely.
I don't think you need to wait till WrestleMania for that.
Maybe, probably not. I would like to see maybe, I don't know how they'll swing it, but if they're going to do that feud, if either one of them turned heel, I would like it. I'm asking for Cody Rhodes to turn heel for a little bit, but, you know, if Randy turned heel for the altercation, or even if it's face versus face, you know, because they have that connection, you know, being partners in Legacy all the way back like 15 years ago. So they have that connection. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Seeing Randy Orton, who was a top guy during that time, and Cody, who was an underling coming in, now the roles are reversed to where, no, Randy Orton's a top guy, but Cody Rhodes is the top guy.
There you go.
So that's always really interesting to see. Can't wait for that match to happen. They've been teasing it for a good minute. So
Definitely have. Overdue.
Overdue. So we got a major return that happened on Smackdown. You know, he came back. He's got a new presentation. He's got new music. He's got a whole new aura about him. Returning to Smackdown is Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson has returned to Smackdown. Unfortunately, he is without his tag team partner, Elton Prince, and Pretty Deadly, since he's currently injured. So they're starting to, like, you know, give him some single stuff to do. But I think they kind of fucked up already because they made that theme song way too catchy. And I feel as though this might be a situation where he gets over on his own. Because he's already outwardly entertaining. But, you know, how'd you feel about the return of Kit Wilson?
The same way I feel about Pretty Deadly. Nothing. I don't get that. I don't get that tag team. I don't get that gimmick. I don't understand. They are pretty cool in the ring, though. They are. I'll give them that. But it's still, I don't like it, bro.
Do you remember the tag team Billy and Chuck?
Billy and Chuck?
Yes, from the early mid 2000s. Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It kind of reminds me of that a lot, with a little bit of like Breezango mixed in. Very flamboyant and very full of themselves kind of gimmick. And now Kit's doing that himself. He came out to declare that 2026 is going to be his year, and he gets interrupted by Zach. Wait, hold on, no, that's not his name. His name is Matt Cardona now.
Oh, man.
We have a returning Matt Cardona, who's now officially part of the WWE roster, the Smackdown roster. And to which he had a match with Kit Wilson, to where Matt Cardona came out on top. First, before I get to my feelings, how do you feel about that?
Are they confused, or like, what are they doing? Like, he comes out the one time, debuts, it's Zack Ryder, woo woo. Okay, boom. Okay, cool. They must have saw all the comments saying, "What the hell are y'all doing?" And then they say, "Okay, we're gonna go Matt Cardona." So was that like a situation where they was fooling us? Like, oh, y'all thought it was Zack Ryder. Look, we made it really Matt.
I guess so.
I didn't understand why it started with Zack Ryder's music and then it went into Matt Cardona, unless that was supposed to be a thing of showing the switch up.
I think it's supposed to be a thing of showing the switch up. Just like, oh, it's gonna be Zack Ryder, but no, it's Matt Cardona. Yay! You know, it's coming over his indie name / his real life name. That's cool. And all. It's good seeing him back on the Blue brand. You know, it's been a minute. The last time he was on here, besides that match, was 2014. So it was good seeing him again. My problem though is he's got a lot of belts still. And he has a lot of indie dates still. And my whole thing is, what are you gonna do with all those titles? Because he has a lot of titles, and like under indie promotions, he's the world champion in like 2 of them. And now you're signed to WWE, so I'm thinking, is WWE let you work indie dates or like?
No, them belts is vacate. You could do what you want to do with them. Start a tournament, like it's a wrap.
It kind of sucks though, because like. You got all these belts, and especially in JCW, because he's their world champion now. He's been their world champion ever since he won it actually in October and Halloween, but the taped episode recently came out, so like it looked like he just won it. So that whole thing's really confusing, and I guess he could just really vacate it, but that'd be hella disappointing just to see all these titles just like vacated out of nowhere. I don't know. I see your point, but I don't know. It just seems very like disappointing to me.
Yeah, get it together, man. I'm happy to see you back, though.
Yeah.
Definitely happy to see you back. Same brand with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good look. You know, hopefully they push you right.
Oh, we'll talk about his wife a little later. But besides, the 2 gracious returns that we got back, we also have a debut on SmackDown. Sami Zayn comes back out after not being seen since the John Cena last time is now the match versus Gunther, and we haven't seen him in the ring since he lost the belt to Ilya Dragunov. But now Sami Zayn's in the ring, and he declared that he's finally gonna go for the WWE Championship. I don't believe you yet, but I think it's about time Sami Zayn finally gets a world title. He hasn't had one since he debuted on the main roster.
Yeah, blasphemy.
Yeah, I know, right? But out comes to interrupt Sami Zayn. A call from NXT, Trick Williams. He comes out.
Whoop that trick.
What? He comes out with the whoop that trick. The crowd's immediately all over it. You know, he's already over it, debuting, coming in as a heel. Has him back and forth with Sami Zayn. And it seems like they're already like positioning him to be in that star spot. So cool on Trick Williams. I cannot wait to see what they do with him.
Definitely, man. Shout out to Trick, man. Congratulations. Make it count, playboy.
No doubt that he will. Now I got to disappoint you a little bit, because the thing that you didn't want to happen happened.
What's that?
Carmelo Hayes is continuing the U.S. Open title thing, and his first match was against Johnny Gargano. I mean, I guess Johnny Gargano is in that little rotation of challenging for the United States Championship. The match was good, but as soon as I saw like him in the back with Dragunov saying, "Oh, I'm gonna continue the legacy of the U.S. Open title," I knew immediately you weren't gonna like that.
Yo, like, what the hell, bro? Like, is the creative board, or what the fuck is they doing? Like, they can't think of nothing better than a U.S. Open challenge every time they put a new champion.
I don't know. That's a great question. And it's not like, and I get it, they got on our scrambling because of all the injuries that happened, so they had to like do something. But Johnny Gargano again, not that I'm opposed to seeing Johnny Gargano wrestle. I'm always for Johnny wrestling, but we just saw him wrestle Ilya Dragunov, another great match, and this was also a good match. But I'm just saying, like, what are we doing with DIY in this instance?
Man, I would rather see a feud with him and Dragunov. Like build up and like how he did with Andrade would do. Like I'd rather see that than fucking open challenge, bro. Unless you just finna give us people we ain't seen with him, then I ain't mad.
Okay, all right, cool.
Johnny's not a good start.
Think he might gonna run it back with Trick Williams eventually?
Yeah, definitely see that.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. And Chelsea Green defends her United States Championship against Julia, who regains the United States Championship.
Why? Why are you putting this on this no-name Spice Girl, bro? Like, why?
Julia is now a 2-time United States champion to a crowd of, is the best I can describe it as, complete apathy. I want nothing but the best for Julia. I went back recently and I saw her work in Stardom, and she is really good. I saw her work in NXT, and she was entertaining down there. I just don't know what the disconnect is between her now and her then.
Not ready for this big lights, man.
Is it her not being ready, or is it like
what
them
made you
not
think she was ready to be
her?
called up in the first place?
Okay, I admit the call up was really, really soon, and I had to get into my head that when somebody from over at another company comes over, they're gonna try and train them in the WWE style, and that might be different than what they're used to. Because Stardom and WWE are two different beasts. I get that, but in the sense though, like, she's not an amateur. Like, she knows what she's doing, and I just don't get like where the disconnect is there. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be over with the crowd, of course, but if you're not giving her the opportunity to be platformed in a significant way, then what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, congratulations to Julia for your second United States Championship.
I guess.
Don't weep for Chelsea Green too much. She is still the AAA mixed tag champ with Ethan Page, so she still has that. Maybe she'll even
Get your belt back.
Maybe she'll even go to maybe she'll go and challenge Jade Cargill for her world championship.
That's good. That's a good one.
I actually predict maybe we'll see Chelsea Green win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, or Money in the Bank. Did she? Oh, she already did Money in the
Bank. Did she win Money in the Bank? No. No, she did. She almost won, but she didn't win.
I could see her Money in the Bank if she don't win Royal Rumble.
Gotcha. No, Tiffany Stratton won the one she was in. So yeah. That's it for SmackDown. At least my SmackDown highlights. Pretty good show overall. Not bad. Moving over to Raw. The new tag team that's apparently not a new tag team, but the tag team now known as Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They become the new women's tag team champions. So
we predicted it.
Yeah. They've been seen together a lot. You know, they have this like budding friendship. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I forgot something. But I'll discuss this after this. But Rio becoming tag team champs, it's pretty good, you know. Gives Rhea Ripley and Io Sky something to do now they're not currently in the world title picture. Keeps them relevant in the eyes of the fans, you know.
Yeah, and they can really elevate the tag team division if they really lock in on and be focused on being a good tag team, give them good opponents. Like, I don't think every female tag team need to be grab two singles and make them a tag. Like, it's cool that Rio and Sky doing that, but like give us them back in the day, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like tag teams that's meant to be together. Like we debut together. Like we a tag team. Like I remember them one girls, they was all right. Them little skinny girls that did all the high flipping. One was black, one was
I know what you're talking about. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, their names are.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, something like that.
That was a cool tag team. Like more tag teams like that.
Right. I really hope they just don't like put the belts on them and just have them go do single stuff anyway, because that's the reason why Naomi and Sasha left in the first place. So, creative can be on their things and make them feel like a good tag team together. That'd be cool. But back to SmackDown. I need to talk about this. You said you did not want these two wrestling again, but they put on my match of the week. Aleister Black and Damian Priest in the ambulance match. The ambulance match is my match of the week.
Yo. So we going to Khalil's match of the week right now.
I was mentioning that match. And since it happened in the middle, I'm saying like, oh, this match gets my match of the week. Since we're just talking about it, I haven't seen an ambulance match in a minute. I believe the last one I saw was Roman and Braun Strowman. on Raw like from years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like really entertaining. The match itself, had some involvement from Alistair's actual wife, Zelina Vega, and inside of the ambulance was Rhea Ripley. Good to see the Terror Twins are still have like a little bit of a connection, even though they haven't really been seen on TV together since they're not on the same brand. But it's cool. It's cool. And the ambulance match was great. I really enjoyed it. Damian Priest got the dub, so congratulations to him.
Congratulations, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that your matches of weeks is gonna be interesting. Being that this is the first one. I ain't saying it was a bad match, it's just a few that should have been over. So it's the only reason I got a negative thing towards it because it wasn't even supposed to happen.
I feel it. I feel you. I feel as though like in conventional, I mean, there was a bigger match that happened, of course, but it first like the conventional stuff because the other match I want to talk about is like a little later. But let's keep moving on. Becky Lynch takes on Maxine Dupree for her Intercontinental Championship, and Becky Lynch gets the belt back. Weird decision.
Yeah, not
Really.
feeling it unless she's winning it back at the Royal Rumble for the big pop.
So we're doing like championship hot potato.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me because she was not. You ain't supposed to take that belt off of Maxine Dupree. Like you really, literally for the first time in a long time, you're building a new star,
Mm-hmm.
and we're watching every week, people buy into what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's because she's being successful when the odds are against her.
Mm-hmm.
You got her losing, you taking away everything that you started that got her to this point. Unless the is to build her up in the next match, the rematch, and and she overcome the odds and train harder. Like if that's the plan, then I'm with you. We cooking right now, but
Oh yeah, I feel you. I definitely feel you. Really weird thing of championship hot potato. Even with her going through this whole program of her like training to be, better than she is. I feel as though she's been with this gimmick of massively improved Maxine Dupree for way too long. Even though like she's still aligned with Alpha Academy, it seemed like she's getting away from that. Leaving Tozawa and Otis to do whatever Tozawa and Otis are gonna do. So hopefully she will get it back at the Rumble. I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, congrats to Becky Lynch for getting back her IC championship. We have another call up that happened on Raw this time, and it happened during a fucking commercial break. But whatever. Javon Evans is now a part of the Raw roster.
before Obafemi.
Before Obafemi. Well, Obafemi's still the champion, so I guess you got to drop the belt first.
Yeah, got you. Well, definitely glad for that, man. Javon Evans is bringing a whole new element. He was our number 10 on our wrestlers list.
Mm-hmm.
Of 2025, I think 2026, he's gonna be even higher on that list. I'm excited for that, man. I'm excited to see automatic rivalries or matches. Automatic. Rey Mysterio, him and Dragon Lee, him and all those kind of people is bangers immediately. So
Exactly.
I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah, me too. It's crazy because he got called up without winning a singles title on NXT. I don't even remember the last time that happened. But congrats to Javon Evans. He's massively popular with everybody. You put him up on the Raw roster with all these opportunities and more people to see him is going to do wonders for him.
Yes.
And again, another thing that happened that you didn't want to happen, CM Punk defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. And first of all, Braun Breaker went for like the top rope Frankensteiner and did not look good.
Yeah, almost did the fucking Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he almost did. Like that's like another spot that he's done where he's like landed like on his high neck area that almost could have ended badly. I immediately got reminded of the War Games Tower of Doom spot that he was a victim of. But yeah, CM Punk retains his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker, leaving the show at 2 Fade to Black. You like Punk is keeping his belt, might be all the way until the Rumble when they do their inevitable rematch.
Yeah. I wanted Brock to win, but I mean Braun to win. But when I saw it, when it happened, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, it might be too soon for him to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let it build up because they have already did Punk that way as far as taking it off from him hella fast and all these times we didn't have it. So let him have his moment. Go into Royal Rumble. I'm not even mad if it goes all the way up to WrestleMania, but Braun has to win this title though at some point.
I think he's going to. He's way too good for them not to. I think he's going to. But yeah, that's all my WWE stuff that happened. And I was Raw. How do you think about Raw and SmackDown this week?
Raw and SmackDown was cool. It's one part that we didn't all the way speak on that I'm gonna speak on the rant though.
Okay.
So, we say that for that. But Raw was cool. It wasn't what I thought it would be, being the anniversary of Netflix and first show of the year.
Yeah.
I thought it was really gonna be pulling out some shit. Just the crowd yelling Y2J and he don't ever come is hilarious.
I saw some shit online that said both AEW fans and WWE fans are upset that Chris Jericho didn't debut. Because WWE fans want him there, AEW fans want him gone. So that's just hilarious to me, especially when it's gonna be when he actually does do it, when he actually does come to WWE. It's gonna be hilarious.
Man. Yeah, it was cool though. 8 out of 10.
All right, cool. Let's move over to AEW. Speaking of which, Jacob Friedman reveals the Triple B. Do you know what the Triple B is? The big Burberry belt. Now, the first time he had the world title, he redecorated it to fit him, and it's the AEW world title, but the straps are printed in Burberry, like the scarf he does. And he brings that back. It was really good seeing it again. So I'm wondering, and they unveiled a new title, so I'm guessing he's gonna hold on to this for a while. It's a really good looking belt. But yeah, and also seems like he's gonna have a program moving in to defend this title against Mr. Kenny Omega. I cannot wait to see that. I always, I really like Kenny Omega, so.
I'm mad at Kenny Omega and MJF.
Me neither. And also, the CEO has lost another title. Willow Nightingale beats Mercedes Moné to become the new TBS champion. It's happening slowly. Now, Mercedes Moné does not have any AEW titles in her possession, or a Ring of Honor title in her possession. All her titles are now indie titles. So
go indie.
That's very interesting. That is very interesting. But yeah, no, she's held on to the TBS title for a long time, and now Willow Nightingale, who definitely deserves it, finally takes it off of her. So congratulations to her. Besides that, though, I didn't really have a lot of notes for AEW because something else in the wrestling world overshadowed that.
Okay.
It was a really, really big deal. It is the retirement of Japanese wrestling legend Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now I'm going to give a little bit of a background for my co-host here and for people who are not familiar. If I can put it in blunt terms, Hiroshi Tanahashi was Japan's John Cena. They had a very, very, very similar upbringing. He's like a very epitome of a white meat baby face you can get in the company of New Japan. His rise came from kind of some really bad decisions on head booker / owner Antonio Inoki's side. MMA was getting really popular at the time, so he thought, in his great wisdom, was to put his wrestlers up against actual MMA fighters in shoot competition. Kind of like the Brawl for All, except, it's wrestlers against actual MMA fighters. And just like the Brawl for All, they were both bad. He basically killed the career prospects of a lot of people who were like top people, so he decided to push the next generation. His first attempt was Shinsuke Nakamura, but at the time, he wasn't as charismatic, which when I put Shinsuke Nakamura and not charismatic in the same sentence, that shit sounds insane. But he would find his sparks later. But next one he decided to rally the entire company behind is Hiroshi Tanahashi. And through all the matches, the pomp, the circumstance, he had his last match over the weekend against Kazuchika Okada. And Okada came out and he beat Hiroshi Tanahashi square in the ring, just like how John Cena lost in his last match against Gunther. Except not due to a tap out, but due to a pin. But yeah, I made the ambulance match my match of the week. I know I did that, but
Khalil's match of the week.
I really have to give props to the Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Okada match, the retirement match. It was a lot of feel good moments. Even though my limited exposure to New Japan is apparent, I did get a lot of people's a lot of his cohorts and a lot of his people who he's fought and did battle with and teamed with over the years. You know, seeing Katsuyori Shibata there, seeing Konosuke Takeshita, a lot of people who even Shinsuke Nakamura got a mention as well. Like, it was a really good feel good moment for a Japanese legend, essentially. Hopefully, this can incentivize you to go back and look at his career, because especially maybe you can look at his AEW match at Forbidden Door against Bryan Danielson in 2023. But of course, that's him over the hill out of his prime. But still, happy retirement to the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi. Congratulations, you deserve it. But another thing before we get to your rant.
Was you saying that that's your match of the week, or Damian Priest and Brower?
I have to say that's my match of the week. I feel ridiculous calling the ambulance match my match of the week, but that their retirement match is my match of the week for real this time. I promise. No takebacks.
All right, y'all make sure y'all go check it out. What's the match?
It is Wrestle Kingdom 20, Kazuchika Okada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Okay. World's match of the week.
My match of the week, definitely. But now we got another one. We got someone who's retiring this coming up month. Johnny Curtis is retiring. And if you don't remember who Johnny Curtis is, for other WWE fans, you may refer to him as Fandango. Fandango is getting ready to retire.
Please.
Hey, hold on now. Fandango had a really good career in a bubble, if you look at it in WWE. He's undefeated at WrestleMania, right? He beat Chris Jericho in his debut match at WrestleMania, but his debut match, period. He's a former tag team champion. He's a former NXT champion. He's been over with the crowd for a long time. You know, you remember this? Like, Fandangoing got over tremendously, even though he was a heel ballroom dancer. And even though he's not doing that in WWE anymore, he's part of the TNA roster. His final match is happening soon, so I know this breaks your heart just as much as mine. How do you feel about the retirement of one Johnny Curtis, JDC, or Fandango?
Good riddance. Shout out Fandango. He was entertaining. You know what I mean? I didn't really get it when he was WWE, but I ain't gonna say I didn't get it. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you definitely got over the fans. You had your moments for sure. You know, all good, man. Okay. Fandango, man. Night with the Stars.
All right. So that's all my stuff for wrestling. Believe you have a rant for us,
man.
Oh boy.
Sit up, man. Joey Rant of the week. Willie Joe Rant of the week.
Heyo.
This week my rant goes to the faction that is called Division.
Division?
Check this out, Division.
All right.
I'm going to break this down, man.
Okay.
First and foremost, Seth Rollins.
The glasses are off now.
Seth Rollins. Please hurry up and get healed and save this whole thing. Your fraction was looking fucking like the next bloodline that got you looking like an MFT right now, my boy.
Oh, my God.
You need to come and save this motherfucking faction, dog. I don't know what the hell they doing, what they thinking, what they got going on. You got Logan Paul. Don't know what he want to fucking do. He comes talking. Okay, cool. You talking fucking who was the champ? Who was in the ring? CM Punk. You talking CM Punk? Cool. Trying to go for yours. Dog, soon as the big dog come out, bro, and the tribal thief come out, my nigga, with the wise man, dog, you fall in line, my boy. You not the star of this show, man. Okay, boom, you don't go for yours. Then they beat your ass, and then you come back like you trying to help him win the match. They are confused, bro. You got Austin Theory looking like a member of motherfucking 98 Degrees with his motherfucking low cut 90210 looking like Dylan or Brandon or some dumb shit.
Oh my God.
My boy, get it together. This is your last chance, man. Give it your motherfucking all, man. I don't like the direction where it's going. I get it. Bron, and Wiseman, that's not enough. They need to fill it out. I understand that. I just don't think that those two guys was the best choice, man. Unless it's something going on with Seth Rollins, they switching up. Make it make sense, please, because you took something I was very excited about. I don't give a fuck about it right now.
That quickly?
That quickly with them two people, bro. Did you just see Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, I did.
You saw Logan Paul?
Yeah.
Bro, did that make sense to you?
No. No.
And why is Austin Theory doing Seth Rollins' move? What is this?
I guess because he like tried to do the woo wop and pull the wool over people's eyes. Like, oh, he did a stomp, so it must be Seth. But we clocked it was Austin Theory automatically. So I guess he just has to keep doing the stomp. I don't know if
Wise man, you like Undertaker in WrestleMania, bro. You like 12-0 when it come to getting with somebody and turning them up. This is the wackest thing you've been involved in your whole 30+ career, bro.
I wouldn't say that. He's been involved in
What's wacker than Logan Paul, Austin Theory being a part of the division?
This man tried to make Ryback a Paul Heyman guy. That wasn't going. That wasn't going. Like
Ryback was straight for a second.
But like this is like after he lost his steam, he had turned heel. He wasn't really as over with the crowd anymore. People like say that like Paul Heyman has like a good record with like who he makes a star. He's very hit and miss. Because every Brock, Roman Reigns, we get there's also a Big Show, a Curtis Axel, a Ryback. You know, like
I feel like all three of them examples are all like top guys forcing that on Paul Heyman, like Vince McMahon or Triple H or whatever the case may be.
Like it was more of like an incentive.
Come on, help us get this guy off the ground. It's a last desperate move.
And I'm not saying like Big Show like he's not a legend. Of course he is, but like him being a Paul Heyman guy, to the fact that Paul Heyman turned on Brock Lesnar to align himself with the Big Show, that didn't make sense. But like I get what you're saying though. I do. I really do. It's
don't get me wrong, it kind of looks cool. Like I get it. Like they got cool looks like together, but ain't nothing. If they're supposed to be, if they're like the cool bad guys that do little slick shit to win, then cool. This is a dominant fraction, and only Braun and fucking Bronson look fucking dominant.
I see this as like a modern take on the Dangerous Alliance from WCW, if that makes sense. But I do get that. I could tell they've been wanting to like do something good and put like some stock in Bronson Reed for a long time.
I fuck with that. That's a good one. Like I said, him with Wiseman and with Braun is a perfect like whoop. Like Seth Rollins obviously made it great, but if he get hurt, y'all feel you need to add. Let me think. Who would I like to see better than them two?
Okay, so who are we like subbing out in this predicament?
Logan Paul and Austin Theory.
Logan Paul.
The double package, 2 for 1.
I feel as though we haven't given Austin Theory a chance yet. He's only been back for like 3 weeks. So we got to like give him a chance to like let him do something. And he's been on a winning streak lately by himself. So
for me, I need you to get Austin Theory out of there. And I need you to get Logan Paul all the way out of there.
Okay.
And I need you to replace him with Montez Ford. But Montez Ford would be last. He'd be the last reveal. The third person would be my man's. This person is just a.
Oh, Dexter Lumis.
Dexter fucking Lumis.
Oh,
get them dreads off his head. Get all that dark white sick shit and just be a dominant because he got the look, he got the moves. He's really fucking good, bro.
He could
and
be
they're
like
not using him right.
He could be like an enforcer type.
Like the gloves on.
I saw it
silent. He just attacked nigga.
I saw him doing that when he was like doing that feud he had with the Miz not too long ago, like a few years ago. So he can definitely fill in that role, most definitely.
I see him being the enforcer, and then like I said, shock everybody with the Montez Ford.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a cooking fraction, man. It's just like I said, I let it pass for Survivor Series when they saw Logan Paul. I thought it was just some Survivor Series shit. When I saw him just now they running around together as four, like some new Judgment Day shit, I said, oh no.
In terms of the vision, I could think of like a million people to replace Logan Paul with, right? Even people who are currently in programs. I like to see Pete Dunne in there instead of Logan Paul. I like to see Aleister Black in there instead of Logan Paul.
No,
you're not seeing the vision, of Aleister Black. Aleister Black is good. He's really good. I like to see Aleister Black in there. I like to see Drew McIntyre in there. I think he'd be a good as like an enforcer type. I definitely think he's like an enforcer type. He played that role before when he came back to the company, when he was like an enforcer or a diesel type for Dolph Ziggler, when he was in that feud with John Morrison in The Miz. But it always comes around back to The Miz. It always comes back to The Miz. But there's a million people I can see put it into that role instead of Logan Paul for sure. I'm not too keen on getting rid of Austin Theory yet. He's just come back. He's just come back. We gotta let him cook a little bit. He's been winning.
Can't cook.
He's been winning. You know, he got a new theme song. You gotta marinate some. You gotta let people like get to hate him. You know, he's trying to play this strong silent type, and I get that. But you gotta let him cook. It's only been like what 2-3 weeks since he's been back. Since he's been back as Austin Theory. You know, you got to move over Rey Mysterio. I really don't want this to be a thing of like a big thing happens with Austin Theory and then it turns out to nothing, because at what point do we start blaming creative and not the actual talent?
I don't see what this is supposed to end up being. He ain't finna win no title.
I can see him winning the mid-card title, you know, like maybe another United States Championship like he did. Maybe not a world title. But I can see him definitely, doing something like that, like be a good like mid Carter, or even
Seth, save us.
Oh boy! So that was Joey's rant of the week. I guess the vision. Get your shit together,
please.
Get your shit together, or else in the future you're not gonna make the royal list.
Yeah, the royal list, man.
It's time for the royal list. This week on a royal list, we have 2 topics, of course. When one topic being
2 lists.
Yes, of course, my bad. The 2 lists. First one we'll start off is the top 5 managers, OAT, of all time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A lot of managers. I mean, sometimes your wrestler really can't talk by himself. Sometimes a wrestler can talk, but maybe you just need that little bit of spice to just like make him even better. So you put them with a manager. And a manager can either make or break your career. But some managers, while some of them are bad, a lot of them are really good.
Yeah.
We're going to go back and forth, or you want to do your 5 and then my 5?
Yeah, we want to do it.
Let's go back and forth.
All
right, cool. So my number 5 greatest manager. I also have like one honorable mention because I have to mention him. My first honorable mention has to be Theodore R. Long.
I knew you was gonna say that.
You thought you knew Teddy Long was gonna be my first?
I knew he was gonna be on that honorable mention, man. Get the fuck out.
Oh, Theodore R. Long is not my honorable mention. He's my number 5.
Oh, you know your number 5? I thought you said he was honorable.
No. I'll do my honorable mention before number 1.
Gotcha.
But Theodore R. Long is my number 5 best manager of all time. He's managed Mark Henry early in his career. He managed Doom early in his career. You remember the Doom tag team of Ron Simmons, and his name. But he managed the tag team of Doom up to a tag team championship win, and he was able to have Ron Simmons catapult that off to having win his first world title, being the first black WCW world champion. And of course, even though he's had like a big up and down of like, you know, being the managing Doom to being the general manager to back to being a referee to back being a manager for people like Mark Henry or Rodney Mack, and then back being general manager, I feel as though he fit that sort of Clarence Mason type of um, pro black, anti white gimmick really good back in the day, especially during WCW. So Theodore Arlong is my number five.
All right, cool. Now, my number five, a real black manager,
Mm-hmm.
MVP. Give me
MVP.
MVP number five, man. He definitely got talk game. He brings swag. When people be like lame, like Bobby Lashley, they kind of get a little cooler next to him and how he kind of whole presents the thing. So I ain't mad at him. I kind of enjoy him more as a manager than him as a wrestler.
Montel Vontanius Porter. He's a really good manager, especially like after he like stopped wrestling full time. Whether it was him managing the Beatdown Clan over in TNA or him now managing the Hurt Syndicate. He's really good at what he does. Or him just managing Bobby Lashley by himself in WWE. You know, really good, really good. He rescued Bobby Lashley from that terrible ass storyline that he was in during 2019. Ugh. But Montel Vontanius Porter, really good manager.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I can get behind that. My number four greatest manager of all time is Armando Alejandro Estrada. Armando Alejandro Estrada is one of the most entertaining managers ever. He was not on TV for a long time, but when he made a really good impact. He was a heel. He was good at hating. He was manager for Umaga when he debuted. When he came back after being a stint as Jamal during 3 Minute Warning. But Umaga was not a person who could speak English until he could. But Armando Alejandro Estrada, really good manager, really good. He played the part of like the sort of like Cuban diplomat. He came out with the big Cuban cigar and basically talking down to the crowd in a really entertaining way. And I don't want Umaga to perform in front of a bunch of como se dice dummies. That shit was hilarious. And Ruthless Aggression era was his time. I'm really upset that he didn't get a lot more screen time than he did, but he made an impact for what he did. So Armando Alejandro Estrada, my number four.
Okay, leave it up to you. My number four, Brother Love. Brother Love, man. Even though, what's the other homie name that managed him originally?
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. Even though Paul Bearer is synonymous with him and and a little bit more legendary, I just really enjoyed Brother Love. I thought Brother Love was a good adjustment when they had to figure something out once Paul Bearer wasn't a part of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking of Brother Love was pretty fire, and to find out later on that it was the behind the scenes guy that played him, like that made it even cooler. I always enjoyed Brother Love, red face, annoying voice. Then when he started having a segment. Yeah, really was able to bring his character out. So Brother Love was my number four for sure.
Okay. Now moving into the top three managers of all time. My number three manager of all time. Now this was kind of a toss up. I had to decide who's gonna be number three, who's gonna be number two out of either of these choices because they both deserve it. But I believe my number two spot earned it, and my number three spot definitely did earn it as well. So for my number three, I want to put Paul Heyman here. Now, Paul Heyman is a little bit high up on the list, but if you know who my number two and number one are, you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
It sounds like we going out the same, but just rearrange.
Sounds like it, maybe. Paul Heyman, of course, his career needs no introduction. He's been ever since he was Paul E. Dangerously back in WCW with the tag team the Dangerous Alliance. All the way back then, he was really good. He was like 27 back then when he was doing that, so which is crazy. But really good managerial skills, even up when he got brought up into the WWE when he managed Brock Lesnar during the time that I actually liked watching Brock Lesnar wrestle. He was really good talking for him because Lesnar, to this day, still is not good on the mic. He never really was, but now he really isn't. And it's not even me hating; it's just me saying he's not good on the mic. But Even him managing division. I talk shit about Curtis Axel, but Curtis Axel isn't on record books for the amount of time that he was an Intercontinental Champion, and he was Intercontinental Champion while being managed by Paul Heyman. So was Ryback. Um, he earned this sort of notoriety for if you be put with Paul Heyman, you're gold, you're golden, your career's gonna shoot upward. Maybe that'll have an Austin Theory, you don't know, but Paul
Doubt
Heyman is
it.
Paul Heyman is my number three.
All right, boom. Paul, I mean, can't never go wrong. Paul Heyman, he's for sure top three of all time. I mean, I don't know if he's number three, but hey, my number three, Miss Elizabeth.
Is
I'm
she
a,
okay?
I'm gonna go with Miss Elizabeth because I think she's the first manager in history that didn't have to talk.
Mm,
Her presence, her aura was the gimmick.
mm,
Just being eye candy, being able to like be the innocent person in the ring. Don't hit me, don't interfere. Like she wasn't the nasty interfering girl. She was the like just somehow got involved in the match and didn't know how. Like, and then the people felt sorry for bumping into her or whatever they did. Like she made a very much of an impact and really wasn't doing nothing.
mm.
And I think that's impressive.
Okay.
It's still to this day everybody knows Miss Elizabeth. If you know Macho Man, you know Miss Elizabeth, and that takes a lot to be as a manager to be connected to the wrestler when they think of you.
Okay. Not mad at that. Miss Elizabeth, pretty good choice. Uh, Spoiler alert: my list has no women on it, so got some representation there. My number two is James E. Cornette or Jim Cornette.
Damn, I forgot about Jim Cornette. Good
Yeah,
one.
Jim Cornette, really good wrestler. The wrestling manager. Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with a lot of his work during Jim Crockett Promotions, but during his early work in the WWF, when he had Camp Cornette with a lot of like dominant heels in that group, specifically Yokozuna and Vader. In that group, even though Vader's WWF run is it's that, but the thing of having like two monster heels in your group and to basically carry yourself with this sort of very like mama's boy and very like rich kids, like sort of I deserve everything, so I'm gonna have some dominance behind me. That's really good. And plus, Jim Cornette is a really infectious personality for good and for bad. But he did his job well. He did his job really well. And even seeing his presence here and there, and very, very outspoken person on YouTube. I feel as though his management with not Dangerous Alliance with Camp Cornette as well as throughout the '90s and early 2000s did really well. So yeah, James E. Cornette is my number two.
That's a fucking good one right there. I didn't even think of Jim Cornette. I loved him with the Midnight Express.
Mm-hmm.
Loved him with everybody he pretty much was with. Yeah, that's a good one, Jim Cornette, man. My number two, my number two, my number two, my number two is Paul Heyman,
Paul Heyman's number
the
two.
wise
Okay.
man for me. Paul
Okay.
Heyman. I think he's done so much. I think he's every person he's standing next to, as far as that I recognize. Of course, he has some duds, but majority of the people, batting average is great. Like he turned them into stars, and at the same time, he did something none of the managers did. He took his hand in having his own wrestling company
Mm.
and made something legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did he show I'm a good manager, as a good talker and a good presence, I'm also a good mind because I'm keep showing you in every single way. Like you get me with a wrestler, I make it make sense. Like you get no better than the wise man. Shout out to the wise man on number two.
All right, number two. Before I get to my number one, I have a few honorable mentions. There's only two honorable
Okay.
mentions. Yeah, sorry. My first, my first honorable.
Cooties.
I don't know what's going on with me. I'm sure I'm not sick again. I promise you that. My first honorable mention has to go to. Wait, did I just write this shit down? I did. Okay, I'm tripping. My bad. My first honorable mention for has to go to Ashley Massaro. She managed a very monstrous tag team in the Ruthless Aggression era, which I'll get to in my top five. And I feel as though she did really good at being their manager slash valet, and That's also my woman representation. And another manager I need to bring up is Don Callis. Don Callis has been around for a long time. You may remember him as the Jackal in WWF. During that time, he managed a team called the Truth Commission. He slightly managed a team called the Oddities. Yeah, Kurgan, Giant Silva, Golga, Luna Vachon, and it was also being brought out by ICP. But it's like we never a heel group. But and even to this day, him managing a super group in the Don Callis family in AEW. So him, and my last honorable mention has to go to the Sinister Minister, Sin Min. He's always been like behind a lot of the. It was a toss between him and Gangrel, but I think Sin Min kind of gets it a little bit more. Again, I had to go back and watch a lot of his early work from when he was in WWF when he had the long hair, but he's always played like the Sinister Minister, sort of like apothecary, sort of Satan adjacent character. So and he did that really, really well. So those are my honorable mentions. And Ashley Massaro, and Don Callis, and I have the Sinister Minister.
Okay, my honorable mentions. Two of them you gotta give me their names because I don't be remembering people's names. Okay. But one of them is dang, I just thought about it. It's okay. Well, one. What is bro name that had the
Zeb Coulter?
Him.
Zeb Coulter, or Dutch Mantel. Either one of those two. They're the same person.
Oh, the one that was with Jack. What's the name, right? Yeah.
He was Zeb Coulter then, but he's also known as Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, that's definitely the guy. I liked his approach. You know what I mean? He's a legend. Mm-hmm. I definitely rock with him. Number 2, Sensational Sherry. She definitely played a big part with Shawn Michaels crossing over from a tag team to a main superstar, solo superstar. Mm-hmm. She played a big part in everybody looking at him not just as the Rocker no more. Mm-hmm. She deserves a lot of credit for her skills as a manager, as a heel manager, to be more exact. And then number 3 is, who was the black lady with Dusty Rhodes? And they had the polka dot.
I know who you're talking about.
It was the lady from you got her from the street.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Sapphire?
Is it Sapphire?
Sapphire, like Sweet Sapphire.
Yeah, that's Sapphire. Yeah,
Sapphire.
The big lady, right?
Yeah, Sapphire.
With the Jerry curl. Yeah. Sapphire was fire. That's what made Dusty Rhodes such a legend, bro. That boy grabbed somebody from the hood, from the streets, and said, "You're gonna be my manager."
If you say so. Also, I gotta be reminiscent. I gotta mention Paul Bearer. I gotta mention Paul Bearer. Even after, not counting the stuff he did with Kane and The Undertaker, you know who else he managed? L.A. Knight. Yeah, he was a manager for L.A. Knight back when he was Eli Drake. So they had that connection as well, RIP. But, we got to mention Paul Bearer as one of them.
I like the Legion of Dooms and manager.
Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, enough scuttling. My number 1, the best manager of all time. It's a very old head take of me, but I got to say, Bobby Heenan.
It's only one.
Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan is the greatest wrestling manager.
That's my number 1 as well.
Of all time. I knew we were going to share on that, but I can't pick anybody. If there's anybody who could possibly go for that top spot, it'd probably be Paul Bearer or Paul Heyman. But Bobby Heenan, with the Heenan family alone, his vendetta against Hulk Hogan alone could have put him at number 1. But all of that, including his work in WCW, including his work with the Horsemen, including all of his work with every single group he's managed, has been something that even Paul Heyman can't even claim to. Is like a net positive, like nearly 100% of the time.
It's a fact. That's a Fat Boy's a legend. He my number 1 too. Mm-hmm. Everything he touched is gold. Like, yeah, I definitely give props to Bobby Heenan. He pretty much perfected the craft and mastered the art of being a manager in professional wrestling.
All right, so those are our top 5 favorite tag team or managers of all time.
Yeah.
The next top royal list is going to be top 5 best tag teams AOAT of all time. So since I started this time, why don't you start this time?
Back and forth and run the list.
We'll do back and forth. We got a good thing going here.
Okay. Number 5 for me, top tag teams of all time.
Yurt.
Number 5,
Mm-hmm.
Dudley Boys.
Okay.
Definitely Dudley Boys. They fucking, even when they had Spike involved, like, they just was the definition of hardcore, the definition of in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Every match was a banger.
Okay.
Like, they really found themselves when they got with Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, like, and they was off to the races. Like, one of the best tag teams of all time, man.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Number 5, I'll take the New Day. I think the New Day is my number 5. See, he's gonna like move the mic and do all these theatrics. I knew as soon as I mentioned the New
Born
Day.
in 2008. Remember that.
2008 is crazy.
Why this nigga saying the New Day? Like, what the
The-
fuck?
look,
Everybody in the 50 years of wrestling, you say New Day?
Of all the people in the 50 years of wrestling, the New Day is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Of all time. Do you know how many tag team championships this group won?
Who together is the best, that makes the best tag team out of the 3?
Oh, it's Big E and Kofi Kingston.
He really believes this.
It's Big E and Kofi Kingston.
That's honorable mention swag.
Oh, not listen. Okay, the New Day's been a team for 12 years now. They got together in 2014. They were a heel team, and when they got over. Everybody loved the New Day, especially their back and forth trading of the titles with the Usos. They held the title for the longest tag team championship reign, which again was taken over by the Usos. But them together have. Do you know how many? Okay,
Bootios is your number 5.
Bootios got over. Bootios put butts in seats. The niggas with the fucking unicorn horns on their heads, with Francesca the trombone. That's my number 5. Yes, these people, if I'm not mistaken, they have more WWE title reigns than the Hardy Boys, than Edge and Christian, than the Dudley Boys. They're like in number 1 or number 2 for the amount of tag team championships that this team has won currently, because they're 1 and 2 behind the Usos. So those two are like the tag team. Like with the amount of things that those two tag teams have put together, especially the New Day, with like already established superstars, is amazing. So yes, the New Day is my number 5.
This is gonna be a hell of a ride. Okay, my number 4. Heart Foundation. Solid, banger match every time you got them. Execution, like, as much as we love Bret Hart, we gotta give it to Avil. What's his name?
Jimmy Anvil.
Jimmy Avil Neidhart. Like, we gotta give him his props too, bro. Like, he really made that a tag team. Like, they was so like, I love their rivalry with the British Bulldogs and fucking the Rockers, and there's so many things. So many that just take me right back to my childhood, man. I really rock with Hart Foundation. That was a great tag team and a perfect setup for Bret Hart to go solo. Like, I don't think we get Bret Hart, the Hitman Hart, like, without that Hart Foundation time.
True. He did make it work as a solo.
We forgot Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart is a good.
Whoa.
All right, added honorable mention is Jimmy Hart. But yes, okay. The Hart Foundation is a really good choice. All of them on their own. Specifically, Brett and Owen on their own, really good on their own, and British Bulldog. But together as a tandem, I can see why you say that. Definitely. Okay. My number 4 favorite tag team of all time. I already said their names. Give me the Usos. They've been around longer than the New Day.
They're from the Bay, so I never go against them.
They've been around longer than the New Day. They have more title reigns than the New Day, and I think they also have the more title, like the longest time being tag champs than the New Day. I think they're like the longest reigning tag champs of all time right now. So the Usos have been around since damn near the beginning. They recently got back together, and they're currently, again, they're like 13-time or either 9 or 13-time tag champs right now. No, it's 9 World or Raw or Raw tag champs, and they're 13-time tag team champs overall. They've had a good career together. You know, when it comes to like tag team wrestling, in WWE, you gotta say the Usos, a legendary bloodline. But even if they didn't have that, you know, so Usos is my number 4.
Dope. My number 3, actually is the spot that's shared by 2 tag teams.
Okay.
Rock and Roll Express and Midnight Express.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this is the Mount Rushmore, or just like not even Mount Rushmore, the blueprint of a heel tag team and a babyface tag team.
Mm-hmm.
I think no other tag team rivalry outdoes Midnight Express and Rock and Roll Express. Like with Jim Cornette in the corner, like it's just that's this classic 80 like NWA, like what it's all like. We wouldn't even have I feel like the Rockers modeled their shit behind the Rock and Roll Express. Like certain tag teams that got good, and it was like great heel tag teams. Like I mean, I can't think of it all top of my head, but it was all kind of dope little heel tag teams that came later. But they were very influenced by the Midnight Express. Midnight Express and Rock and Roll Express, to me, is an epitome of what a tag team is.
Okay, cool. A lot of high praise, especially for them not to be your number one. But, not mad at that. Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. My number 3, the greatest tag team of all time has to be the Hardy Boys.
Damn, not number 1.
No, not number 1. My number 1 is gonna surprise you. My number 1 is gonna surprise you. It's not Japan shit, I promise you. But my number 1 is let me fuck around and put Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi on this list. But anyway, but no, the Hardy Boys. I got into wrestling watching Jeff Hardy. I got into wrestling watching Matt Hardy. Those two as a tag team, dominance, especially in like their first few years in the game, trading wins back and forth with Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys. They made history in TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17, and all together, they came into the game together, and they're gonna retire together. They're currently, I think, TNA tag champs right now. So they're still going. It seems like her retirement for them both are imminent, and they're like such attached to the hip, not because they're only brothers, of course, but they don't even want to retire without each other. There's been multiple times where one of them or both of them got offers to be in a Hall of Fame by themselves, and they said, "Nah, I don't want to. I want to retire with my brother. I came in here with him. I want to retire with him." So and that's just them together. Them as a tag team, they've held belts in basically the 4 decades that they've been, 3 decades that they've been performing. They won belts in the 90s. They won belts in the 2000s. No, 4 decades. They won belts in the 90s. They won belts in the 2000s, the 2010s, and they still holding tag team belts in the 2020s. That's really good. And, of course, they had that really good retirement match, retiring the Dudley Boys recently. So, yeah, Hardy Boys are my number 3.
Okay, number 3, Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong. I'm surprised it wasn't your number 1. My number 2. What a rush!
LOD /
Road Warriors, man. LOD Road Warriors, you can't go wrong. Nigga, that came out with the motherfucking spikes, man. Animal Hawk, nigga, badasses, nigga, beating everything up, nigga, in the bars, in the ring. It don't even matter, man. Legion of Doom, dog. You feel me? It ain't no APA without Road Warriors, man. Legion of Doom, boy.
All right.
For sure. Number 2, man. One of the best tag teams on the planet.
All right. My number 2 for the greatest tag team of all time.
This boy got 19.
My number 2 for the greatest tag team of all time. And I had to fight. I really wanted to justify putting them at number 1, but I couldn't. And when I say my number 2, this is going to be kind of surprising. The world's greatest tag team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Originally, they were Team Angle under Kurt Angle. These two were OVW call-ups, the same OVW class with John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar. They were called up to be Team Angle. They were good as Team Angle, but when they separated to them both and became the world's greatest tag team, they rarely ever lost.
The other dude, the white boy?
Charlie Haas.
The white boy, right?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me Lethal Weapon is your number 2?
Lethal Weapon is crazy. Listen, I don't think you were there for that. I don't think you were there for how much of a chokehold on the tag division that the world's greatest. Listen, they didn't just call themselves just for the name. They damn near earned the title of the world's greatest tag team after separating from Kurt Angle. because they were really good, really dominant, had a great chokehold on those titles. Ever since separating from them, their title program with the Hardy Boys, with Billy and Chuck, really good. I really enjoyed them both as a team, and yeah, that's my number two, the world's greatest tag team.
Oh, what the entire fuck,
I told
dog?
you were gonna have some words for my number two. I can't wait till you hear my number one.
This
But
this dude right here, bro. Okay, boom. My honorable mentions before I get number one. I got about 3 or 4 of them. My first one, Harlem Heat. Definitely Harlem Heat, one of the first black tag teams to really be on the main roster, main slots, main spotlight. Obviously, multiple world tag team champions. From there, created a solo star in Booker T. Harlem Knight, man, it deserves a shout out for sure. Number 2, I really enjoy Rock and Sock Connection. I really thought that was fire.
It's a good one.
It was supposed to be a joke, but it really turned out to be a hit though, and really, and the fans loved it. Rock and Mick Foley's connection, chemistry is, through the roof. Is fucking magical. So definitely fuck with Rock and Sock. Another honorable mention. Remember the Hollywood Blondes?
Yes.
I really rocked with Pillman and Steve Austin together.
Pillman and Steve Austin,
they was
great.
dope.
Yeah.
They was really dope. They had a bright future together. I mean, it couldn't go in further at that time, but it was definitely a dope tag team, and I was always impressed by that.
All right, nice. My honorable mentions: D-Generation X. My honorable mentions. You gotta.
Road Warrior and dang, I do fuck with. You ain't talking about Road Warrior.
Not the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah, New Age Outlaws is on mine.
Them two. Like the whole of DX is good. Whether it was just Shawn and Triple H, preferably 90s Shawn and Triple H, less preferably 06, not preferably at all 09. But even whatever incarnation of DX is a legendary tag team. Billy and Chuck, I've mentioned them earlier. They're my honorable mentions as well. Though I know as far as you go back and you see the gimmick that is the ambiguously gay duo, not only was it hilarious, they booked them like really fucking strongly. I know it's Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo, and like they aren't like scrubs or anything, but they booked that team before Rico got his hands on them. They booked that team like really strongly. They rarely ever lost too. Speaking of rarely ever losing is Right to Censor, RTC. The heel faction, Stevie Richards, Ivory, they added Val Venus in there as well, the Good Father.
Stop it. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot APA. I forgot Big Cass and Enzo.
Big Cass and Enzo.
I definitely enjoyed them.
Paul London and Brian Kendrick. I mentioned them kind of earlier, being managed by Ashley Massaro. They had a chokehold on the tag champs during the Ruthless Aggression era. They came out with the masks and they ran to the ring and did backflips off the turnbuckle. They were a really good athletic tag team. And then Paul London got released, so Kendrick had to do something by himself. Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane. Any of Kane's tag team partners could be on here. Like his partnership with X-Pac, his partnership with RVD, with Daniel Bryan. Look, Kane is plays the role of the straight man to the comedic foil really well, no matter who he's with.
Edge and Christian.
I'll get to them in a minute, but yeah. So
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
We'll go to your number one. You just said it.
My number one is Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian. Another team that's been performing together off and on for 4 decades, 90s, early 2000s, early 2010s, and even now they're in the same company again during the 2020s. They reunited a little bit, but even though Cope, as what he's called now, and Christian Cage are on 2 different trajectories. Edge and Christian, they invented the TLC match, the tag team TLC match, and even though the Hardy Boys were arguably more entertaining with their flips and their tricks and all that, I want to argue that Edge and Christian are a great grounded tag team, whether they're heel or they're babyface, and they can make anything work. The Concerto, they invented a tag team move, the Concerto. That's devious move. That's a move to put you in the hospital for real. But yeah, Edge and Christian, two talents who are again still going strong to this day. Retirement doesn't seem to be in the card for either of them. So that's my number one, Edge and Christian.
Yeah, Edge and Christian is a solid number one. They definitely fire. Give me the Steiner brothers. You already know, man.
Honorable
number
mention.
one, man.
Honorable
Steiner
mention.
brothers. What?
That's my honorable mention.
Oh,
yeah.
What the hell? Number one, Steiner brothers, man. Rick and Scott, man. Woo, 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 woo. Without them, man, it would be no Brian. There would be no real like powerhouse tag teams. They didn't really have no motherfucking dumbass gimmick. They straight like we wrestlers. We straight out of Michigan. We coming with it. We in your face. We doing moves you ain't never seen. Like we jacked. Like we doing our thing, man. Like Steiner Brothers is the number one tag team of all time.
You know what's crazy? You didn't mention the Horsemen at all.
I never looked at them like a tag team, even though I know they won titles and stuff like that. I just never looked at them as a tag team.
Really? Okay.
Like a faction, I always looked at it like that.
All right. I need but the Hollywood Blondes is another good one too. But also like the 2-man power trip. They were really dominant in the little time they were together. It's Austin and Triple H. So yeah, those are our tag teams of all time. Let's move into the topic real fast. Today's topic. On our first episode, I believe we discussed the legacy of WCW, World Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
On this episode, I want to talk about the legacy of Total Nonstop Action, a company called TNA,
Okay.
a company that has been spawned out of a lot of the fervor of the end of the Monday Night Wars. It was one of the companies that came about after the shutdown of WCW. Jeff Jarrett owed some young startup companies some favors, so he, at the time, NWA TNA was born. Early days of TNA were running just like monthly pay-per-views, like the old territory days. But then they moved into weekly programming. My favorite match of all time is actually a TNA match, so that's something. Before I get into like my whole preamble, what is your experience with Total Nonstop Action?
It's always was the brand that I noticed and didn't notice at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
TNA, for some reason, always had this generic stigma attached to it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I joke with you with the Japanese now, but I used to see that in, like, when I watch it now, watching homeworks and shit, I see like why that's a thing. Like, it's in Tokyo, it's in Japan, wherever it's at. It's like culture. They've been there just as long as WWE been around. Like, so they mean the same thing that WWE and WCW and all that type of stuff mean to us. That's what New Japan Wrestling means to their people. So I understand that, but TNA always felt like a bootleg, like thing. Like it just did, like, just from how the ring, just how the performance center looked. Like, it just never looked like, now that NXT is around, it's a little bit better and understandable. Back in the day, like, I didn't understand like why they was even in the conversation.
I think it was like a desire to like have another company that could actually rival WWE at the time. That's even why Ring of Honor came to be. Filling in a hole that was left after WCW collapsed.
Total Nonstop ass. Check this out. When I think Dixie Carter ass.
Oh wow.
AJ Styles, the best thing to happen to the company.
Okay, not mad at that.
Mufasa Ali, the new best thing that happened to the company.
Mustafa.
Joe Henry got lucky and got him.
He's a WWE talent now.
Now he's out of there. He's where he belongs. But I know I ain't shit. No, I know they didn't have moments. I know it's because I ain't watched it like that. I probably missed out on some dope stuff. Kurt Angle is another person that sticks out in my mind when it comes to TNA.
Kurt Angle's TNA run.
Jeff Jarrett.
Sting's TNA run as well.
Sting only want Sting, Four Horsemen Sting, Surfer Sting. Any other Sting, don't talk to me about it.
What's wrong with TNA Sting? He spent a lot of time in TNA. Like,
Total Nonstop ass, bro. You tripping? That shit's trash, bro. What are you comparing it? Oh my God.
He was just regular Crow Sting when he debuted for a long time. Then he made a change in doing like the whole Joker Sting around the early 2010s. But for a long time, then not. He was just normal Crow Sting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just never was a fan. And what's so funny is now that the merger happened,
Mm-hmm.
I'm into it a little bit more. But it's still not fair because I'm into it when my favorite NXT people was over there at TNA, and it makes me like Joe Henry
Mm-hmm.
and Mufasa Ali is the only genuinely people that I like
I'm sorry. What?
gravitated
Who
to.
was the second one you said? I don't know who that is. Who's Mufasa Ali?
What's his name?
Mustafa Ali.
Come on, that was real close, bro. Mustafa Ali and fucking Joe Henry. Oh no, I also like
Mm-hmm.
the bootleg Jovan Evans.
The bootleg Javon. Leon Slater?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, dog. You can't call him a bootleg Javon Evans.
They trying to do the same thing, but he just don't hit as hard.
It's just
Pause.
he's just another like small guy, who's also doing like a lot of high flying. Like, look, man, they fill completely different niches. One is a high flyer in that company. Also, Leon Slater can say that he's done something that Javon Evans hasn't. Won a solo title in the company he works for. He's still currently the X Division champion. They are not the same thing like at all. That's crazy, and I feel as though it's been made worse since they tag teamed a lot in the past few months.
Total nonstop ass.
TNA, listen, TNA, even back when it was in its NWA stages, was a completely different breath of fresh air. I maybe discovered it first when I was a kid. I was 12 years old. I was 10 years old, and I was just flipping through channels, and it was like a random ass Thursday, and on Spike TV was an episode of TNA Impact, which is what their show was called. And I sat in because Jeff Hardy was on the show, so I was instantly hooked. And then I see like all these other wrestlers that I used to that I was familiar with that I'd never seen in years. Like I saw Booker T was on there. Like, wait, what? And I saw like D'Lo Brown, Bully Ray as he was called, or Bubba Ray Dudley, like a whole bunch of other wrestlers. And I'm thinking, oh, this is where like WWE wrestlers go when they're like not in WWE anymore. And I gotta thank TNA because it helped me figure out that TNA wasn't the end all or WWE wasn't the end all be all wrestling companies. You can go somewhere else and still be famous. But there's really a lot of great, amazing moments. I don't even need that no more. A lot of great, amazing moments that came out of TNA, right? First off, we got that one moment that keeps being played in perpetuity. The Hurricane Rana off the top of the cell in WWE, he was Marcus Corvan. But in TNA, he was going by a completely different name, and he still had the same moveset. The name escapes me right now, but no, that wasn't even him. That was Elix Skipper who was doing that. He did the Hurricane Run off the top of the cell. It was amazing. Kurt Angle's entire run in TNA, because he was really cool. Like, he was even being like a belt collector in that team, and it's because of TNA. We got the first ever black NWA champion. And I think he's still the only black NWA champion. Well, up until no, the national championship isn't an NWA title. But anyway, you know who the first black NWA world heavyweight champion was, right? R-Truth, Ron the Truth Killings. He won it off of Ken Shamrock. It was really cool. He was doing a gimmick back then. He was a heel. And he was basically doing the gimmick was that he was a black man in wrestling being held down by his white superiors, and he was sick of it. And of course, he was the heel because they gotta make the black man the heel. But, seeing him get that moment and still hold on to that moment, I don't think there's been an NWA world champion since Ron the Truth Killings. And let me remind you, that was 20 years ago. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I don't think there's been another champion like that. As far as other moments as well, is my favorite match of all time, which I'm going to give you as part of your homework later. But we had great upstarts such as Generation Me, who were there, who you may now know as the Young Bucks. They had their start over in TNA. They had homegrown talent like Eric Young.
I rocks with EC. That boy is a star. He need to go to WWE. I heard he got released.
He was in WWE. He was part of a team called Sanity. That also where Nikki Cross came from. He was really entertaining in TNA. He was this very aloof, borderline dumb character. That was like, Heart of Gold. Christopher Daniels, another good upstart. Not TNA homegrown because he's technically like, in other companies before that. Same thing with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. But both all three of those people are really, really great talents that made their names in TNA. We got, great tag teams like Beer Money.
I fuck with Beer Money. That was dope.
We had
yeah, now it's coming to me. I did fuck with Beer Money actually.
Mm-hmm. We had the Main Event Mafia, which was like another like.
What was that old big dude? It was
Abyss.
Yeah.
Abyss. There's basically their Kane. There was talks to him once upon a time to get him over to WWE to have a rivalry with Kane, but that fell through because he re-signed with TNA. But he's also currently a backstage producer for WWE. Joseph Park. RVD had like a nice little revitalization of his career there. Jeff Hardy has some good TNA runs there. He was also responsible for a very infamous moment, but TNA as like a whole entity of itself definitely does belong in the wrestling sphere. They have a lot of good moments, a lot of good ways that we've like discovered talent. Even to this day, it's like a great gateway of like we're talent because that's where Eli Drake came from. LA Knight. He was originally a TNA spawn, and he was their world champion for like a long time. EC3 came out of TNA as well.
EC3 remind me. He's in the class like MJF to me.
Mm-hmm.
He got the it factor for sure.
Definitely.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But it's like some really good representation. Naomi, back when she was Trinity, had some really good had a really great feud with Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace also coming from TNA as well. My point is, overall, I can sit here and just name like all these matches and all these moments and stuff, but I feel as though TNA has been defined as a company that's always cheated death somehow, and it's still going on to this day. And that's really good. I don't like the whole NXT TNA thing because I don't like it because it's making TNA look weak. The only TNA talents to have any NXT titles during the whole thing was the Hardy Boys, but they're at a point now they can just go to any company now and just win a title, win tag titles. It's like in their contracts, damn near. Oh, Hardy Boys are here, give them the tag titles. But I really hope TNA can pick it up, especially after WWE essentially poaching some of the good talent, and after the very bad and very weird title reign of Mike Santana. But I do admire them as a company overall in my short, concise summary of what I just said. But leading that, though, did you do your homework?
I did.
So last time on the pod, I gave Willie Joe a homework assignment to watch Wrestle Kingdom, Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada 4. And I gave him that match. It was a link on Daily Motion that I gave him. How'd you like it?
I watched it on YouTube.
Okay. And how'd you like it?
It was definitely a dope match. What's crazy about your homeworks is I start to see your style, like what attracts you to a wrestling match, because they all be having a similar way they wrestling, like, you know what I mean? And this was no different. Obviously a classic match. Definitely wasn't aware that the feud rivalry was so big and such a big deal. It happened so many times. Like I didn't know that. It was a dope match. The Okada was definitely cooking. Kenny Omega, for sure. Cause it's like cool. It's like it's not my all the way style of wrestling. That's my go-to. I respect it. So I enjoyed the match because I respect that style of wrestling.
I remember Biggie doing something, saying in an interview. It reminds me of your style. It's like we don't go for work rate. We don't go for this. We need big men in the match. It's beating the shit out of each other. Big meaty men slapping meat.
Hey yo,
that's the style of Joe. That's what Joe likes. He like the big meaty men slapping meat.
I like classic matches with great storylines, man. All this fucking bump after bump after bump after bump after bump. I got up, you got up, flipped, I hit you, you hit me. Goddamn. Like, let's make this shit poetry, bro. Like, certain matches is poetry, my nigga. Like fucking Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Like that's poetry, bro. Like that's like real classic match. Like I'm not saying that that's not good. I'm just saying I'm just showing you my style of like what I think a classic match is. The Iron Man match with fucking Bret Hart and what's his name was fucking like classic. How we talked about the triple threat match with the girls at WrestleMania. It's because it was poetry in the ring. Like they were able to make three people be interesting and not have spots. For example, they just had the same similar thing with Io Sky and them just won the titles, right? With Lash and all them. That shit sloppy as fuck. With all them with three tag teams in there. Like that shit looked crazy. Like Last Legend ain't ready. We ain't gonna talk about it though. It's all good. She's over there with Jade, but we're not gonna talk about it. They both should be feuding in NXT right now. They should not be in WWE. But it's all good. We let it be. But back to what we talking about.
Okay.
I did enjoy the match. I give it a B minus.
Okay.
And only because it's not all the way my cup of tea, but I definitely appreciate you putting me on because what it did do, along with me going to even see who Okada was in the first place when I saw the Will Ospreay match.
Yeah.
It is making me appreciate New Japan wrestling, and I've never in my entire life gave a fuck about no New Japan wrestling.
Gotcha.
So that's one thing you definitely did. You're bringing me, you're letting me have appreciation for it. I don't know about watching it.
Hey, man.
You let me get appreciation for it because I'm not even at the level of watching the whole Dynamite yet.
Well, it's baby steps. It's cool. I'm gonna get you there somehow. But before we get out of here, for today's homework, for Willie Joe, we're gonna take you to a TNA match. Now this is, and I've said
love this. Like get me watch the 6 shit.
I do, and this is my favorite match of all time. Unbreakable 2005, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels for the X Division Championship.
Okay.
It is up there as one of the greatest matches of all time. And it holds a very special place in my heart. It's before my time during TNA, but during my go back and watch stuff, 3 legends, 1 ring, just amazing. This poetry, cinema in the ring. And that's not even counting like their feud leading up to it, just in the ring. It's just amazing stuff. So again, Unbreakable 2005, Styles, Joe, Daniels. And I'll be sure to text you that as well.
Yeah, send me that link, my brother. And yeah, it's definitely good. Before we get out of here, what's the update on this wrestling career? How's it going?
Wrestling career, huh? Okay. Well, it's 2026. As you all know, I have hoop dreams. I want to step into the ring and professionally wrestle, and I've given updates on this. I'm still in the preliminary stages of doing the less fatification of myself, getting more into shape, basically. But it's not as just like me working out a lot.
Less fatification.
Yeah. But it's also me studying tapes. And a lot of tapes I've been studying are some of my favorite matches, of course. But there's this
Kamala and stuff.
This guy got jokes. This guy got jokes. But it's also like studying a whole bunch of people I like to put into the category of your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler.
Okay.
So like if you ask a wrestling fan, like Angel over there, and I ask her what her favorite wrestler is, they'll probably say something like, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Jeff Hardy. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. But
who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
I don't know. I don't watch wrestling. I'm just gonna be cliche and say John Cena.
Okay, not mad at that. But like your favorite wrestler, I was just making a joke. But like your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler will be somebody like William Regal or Finlay or Bryan Danielson or fucking Matt Bloom. If you don't know who Matt Bloom was, he was A-Train, Albert, Tensai.
Still don't know.
And you
all the piercings?
Yeah, all the piercings. Yeah. He in the company for a long time. Like those people of being Arn Anderson, like those people of being your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. And I've been studying those people specifically. So right now it's just a lot of game being studied and a lot of working out being studied. In fact, as soon as I get done recording this podcast, I'm taking my ass to the gym. So yeah, that's my update right now.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. You know what I mean? This has been fun. We getting up there. Episode 7, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting good. It is.
It is. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This has been Kings of the Ring, powered by Digital Bricks Network. Angel on the production side, as well as TC. I've been Khalil, Willie Joe. Y'all take care.
Peace.